かぶってた宝の地図も確かめたのなら伝説じゃない。
Graham. So yeah,
I don't think there's a problem with this at all.
no.
And I'll tell you why. Many people within the keto carnivore arena are afraid of vitamin A toxicity and copper toxicity. So there are some caveats to this. Most of the research that we see on vitamin A toxicity isn't actually from vitamin A. It's from beta carotene, which is the plant version of vitamin A. Retinol, which is true vitamin A, works very differently within the body. Research which has shown vitamin A toxicity has come from like 1,000 times the amount that we'd get from bovine, for example. So we're talking extreme amounts. We're talking polar bear liver toxicity, which 1,000 times higher than that of a cow, and for prolonged periods of time. So I do believe beta carotene will work differently in the body to retinol. 1 to 2 ounces, which is 57 grams, which is less than 400 grams a week. I think that 500 grams of liver, kidney, or whatever per week is perfectly fine. In fact, I do believe it to be beneficial. Now that we've covered the retinol, the copper toxicity, if you're consuming 1.5 pounds of ground beef and eggs each day, meat, animal proteins, nature provides us with this perfectly packaged present. And many of you have heard me mention about the protein to fat, but it goes well beyond this because muscle meat contains zinc. Zinc helps bind copper to metallothionein, and this helps prevent over consumption or toxicity of the copper. So basically, nature provides us with the perfect ingredients to prevent this copper overload and copper toxicity. I think that's perfectly fine. And that's probably the amount of liver that I consume each week. Liver is incredibly nutrient dense, incredibly high in vitamin B2, which in my opinion, for many people on carnivore who suffer with low methylation is a problem. Methylation involves at least 5 different pathways, and they all begin with the folate cycle, the methionine cycle, the transsulfuration pathway, the uric acid cycle. There's one I'm forgetting, but the BH4 cycle, and all of these are connected to vitamin B and vitamin B2 and vitamin B3. We can increase slow methylation with increase in vitamin B2. And many of us do not consume, many of us who suffer with slow methylation do not obtain enough B2 from just muscle meat. Lots of us can, so don't shoot me. Many of us can. But if you do suffer with slow methylation, you can easily increase this with B2 from organ meats. So a little bit of beef liver is fantastic. The kidney is very high in diamine oxidase, which is going to help with histamine problems. Heart is very high in coenzyme Q10, also known as ubiquinone, which is used in the electron transport chain. So these are 3 fantastic compounds to add in that ratio. 400 grams each week, sorry, I think is probably optimal. I wouldn't want to go much over 500, although I do know people who thrive on maybe 1,000 grams per week. But there are caveats to this. So I do believe that we need to eat the animal in complex as nature provides. And by that, what I mean is the organ meats make up a very small portion of the animal in comparison to the muscle meat. So we should eat it in comparison to how the animal provides it to us in nature.